Well, my name is Minouche, Graglia. My spiritual name is Matita. Matita is Ma is the heart, T is joy, and Ta is guide. So guiding others through the joy of the heart. It's a great opportunity today because I realize today how Spirit has these incredible ways to take you where you need to be to deliver the best you can deliver. And you have been entrusted by Spirit to do that. When I was 10 years old, I had a very severe sunstroke. And my parents went to see a healer. And during that night, I'm in the bed, and there's this huge light coming inside the room, and I was healed right away. In my heart, it was Mother Mary. I never spoke about that for many, many years. And I keep going in life, and I became a pharmacist chemist. And I didn't like it much, but that's what I was doing. And then I started to paint, because I met who became my husband, and I was doing frescoes and murals and learning about natural earth pigments. So it's all beautiful coming from the mana. It has a vibration of the earth. It has this healing vibration to it. And I was doing that. I like it, and it was a good way to make a good living and spread beauty around me. And yet it was not totally fulfilling. And then we came to America. And in 6 months, I got so sick that I was in bed and I couldn't move and I couldn't do anything. And I was told there was no cure. And I'm like, I'm 40 years old. I will find my way through it. And I started to open up to alternative medicines. And I went to all these different traditions and school and learned everything. And I started to get a little bit better. But what happened is my relationship totally fell apart. And I was splitting from my husband. And I was falling in love again with someone. And silently I was loving. And one day I said, this is how I feel for you. And they said, sorry, don't feel that way. And I felt like my heart was broken, ripped open. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to do anything. That morning I was in my kitchen table, and all my friends showed up, like my angels saw. And I don't want to talk to them. I just want to die. I'm too much in pain, right? And I'm drawing, and I'm drawing, and I'm scrambling, and then I started to write, and write, and write, and write. And then I read. I'm like, where is this coming from? This makes sense, but from high wisdom. Where is this coming from? So for the first time, I was channeling wisdom from a different place that was not me, and it was right there in front of me. So one channel opened from the broken heart, and that was a channel of receiving spirit messages. And I go in life, and now I have, because I've learned all these different alternative technique and skills and all that, and because remember, when I was a child, I was touched by the light. So I became a healer, or I remember being a healer. And I started to offer sessions. And one day I am in a session and giving a session to someone, and the voice says, you're going blind. What do you mean I'm going blind? You're going blind. And that voice every day was telling me, you're going blind. And one day I'm teaching a class, I'm teaching art classes, and I realized I cannot do those little details. Like, I can't do that anymore. And I shared that with a friend in the class, and she said, oh, you know, my son went well yesterday, and you should go and check your eyes. It's Friday afternoon. Very important to know it's Friday afternoon. And I said, oh, yes, I will go. She said, no, go. And she calls her husband and asks, where is it you went yesterday? You were so happy with the eye doctor there. So he tells her, and she said, you go there at the end of the class. So I went. It's Friday early afternoon. I went in, they checked my eyes, and they said, you have the highest intraocular pressure ever. You're going to lose your eyesight. You need to go right away through surgery. They called the UCSF hospital, and by then it's already almost 5 in the afternoon. Dr. Stemper was there. He's the highest trained and teacher in glaucoma surgery. He travels the world for that. He said, okay, I wait for her. He was not even supposed to be here, but he's waiting. And I go and save my eyesight.
Wow.
And I'm saying all that because, remember, I started to receive the light, and then I received or opened up the channel to listen and receive spirit messages. And then my eyesight was saved. And then I fall in love again. This is what I do.
French.
And a year and a half pass by, and then they say, I'm sorry, I can't do that anymore. Oh no, I want to die again. My heart is broken apart. And they say, all the love you have for me, just put it in your painting. And at that time, it was 3 years already, that spirit was a voice. The invisible voice was saying, it's time to paint the peace leaders. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to paint the peace leaders. Okay, Nelson Mandela, in my mind, of course. But I don't do it. And I was invited to a premiere of World Pulse magazine, in which the 13 indigenous grandmothers were featured. And I look at the magazine and I see, my heart goes like, whoo, I wish one day I meet them, right? And then I go on my life. It's time to paint the peace leaders. Oh yeah, I'm going to paint them. What am I going to paint? You know? And I go on, I forget. And then a friend came over and she said, here's a book, the 13 Indigenous Grandmothers Council book. Oh, one day I wish I paint them. See them. I put the book aside and do my stuff. It's time to paint. Oh yes, it's time to paint. Forget. And then a friend came over and she said, I just did the website of the 13 Indigenous Grandmothers Council. I opened the website and they're here, holding hands. And my heart opened up and I cried for, I don't know, for long, and I said, thank you. I know they are the peace leaders to paint. So I did. And for 6 months, in my little room in Fairfax, Jane knew it.
I was there.
5 feet by 8 feet, I painted days and nights. I would get up in the middle of the night to paint. And words and songs in a language I don't know were coming out, and I was laughing, I was crying, and each one of the grandmothers I would paint, I would know her in my heart, in my body. And there was this grandmothers, I'm like, there is one I really, really wish I meet one day, grandmothers from the Mayo, in Mayo. And as I was painting Flor de Mayo, the voice was saying, save the seeds. What do you mean save the seeds? Save the seeds of your fruit. Okay. So I did. I have a jar. Painting is done. I'm not working for 6 months. I don't have a penny, but people will bring me food and love. And it's time to go deliver the painting in New York, Dakar. And I go there with my community supporting me, buying the ticket, buying everything I need to go there. Thank you, Jean. And I go there, and there is the Sacred Fire, and there is the Grandmothers Council. And I look at them, and I'm like, first time I meet the grandmothers in flesh, in real, in person. And I go to see Jyoti, who is a woman who gathers the grandmothers. She receives from spirit the information of gathering the grandmothers. And I said, I'm Minouche. And, Minouche, we're waiting for you. Like, how does she know? Well, where is the painting? Like, how does she know? Well, come tomorrow, we will have a gathering. You will offer the painting at this time. Okay. And I go into my little self-ego, and I'm like, oh, I wish I meet them in person. I wish, we have a special gathering, right? And that's my little me, my little ego. And I go to the gathering, 400-500 people, and they don't call me. I'm like, oh, And I go sit by a tree, and I realize something very, very important in life. No matter what you offer, no matter what is your gift, if it's a flower, it's a cake, it's a painting, no matter what it is, if it's a gift from your heart, it's a true gift. And all is equal. There is no differences. And I went back to the gathering, and the minute I went back, Jyoti called me. And I knew I had to go through that deep understanding of what is a true gift. It's a gift from your heart. It doesn't matter what it looks like. No further painting, and that is an entire whole story there, but the first one who just jumped out of her chair to grab me, and we cried for a long time, was from the Mario. We became very good friends, and she's a seed keeper. So all that to, and when they say, paint the ground with earth, when I realized I went into my fear, and I want to say that to your friend, I never painted the portrait before, never. I painted trees, I painted landscape, I painted all kinds of things, never a portrait. And I said, no, I cannot. I don't have what it takes to paint the portrait. And I went into my fear. And they were like, no, this is what you're doing. I'm like, no, I can't. You have somebody else. No, this is what you're doing. And I did. And I was at first amazed at what was coming through. Because actually what I do is I hold the brush, and spirit moves the brush. I have learned how to paint. I have practiced my skills. I painted and painted and painted. But today, I hold the brush, and spirit moves the brush. So I cannot separate being a healer, facilitating healing session, and being a visionary painter. Today what happens is I receive the vision through words, through images, through different various ways. And it's a vision of a specific message which I translate into painting. The outcome is not mine. I'm just here to render whatever is the energy that spirit would like me to render, and trust that if I am asked, it's because there is in me what's needed to deliver that. And it's not about my ego at all. It's not about what I decide to do or not. It's about showing up to spirit call. Showing up and saying, yes, you ask me, I serve. One of my greatest guides, her name is Makarta, she's in the spirit world. And she says, faith is a path. Service is a healer. And gratitude is a treasure. So showing up is being of service to others, to each one of us, for the best of all. Since then, I am called to just surrender to whatever spirit decides that is the best where I can serve. That's why I'm going to France. I've been called to go there to support a group of women on their path and helping them to reconnect to that voice and trust that that voice is what needs to be heard and delivered. And Makarta, in the spirit world, gave me 3 assignments. One of them was a painting about the children, because our children, they need our love, they need our healing, they need our support, they are our future. And I said, no, I cannot paint that. She said, yes, this is what you're going to paint because it's already in the Akashic record, it's there. Okay, so you've done it already, in a way. Okay, so I'm going to show the painting. This painting is a traveling altar. That means when we show the painting, each one of us go into our own heart and we pray and send light and love for the children of the world. I've done that in 2012, and since then the painting has traveled. and receive many blessings from many, many beautiful beings, like today. Thank you very much. And there is another aspect of who I am walking on that path is my name is Matita. I am responsible for the UpSpice project. The UpSpice project is creating a global safety net of food in terms of UpSpice balls. They are made with natural plants, minerals, vitamins, oil. They are handmade only. They are rolled, coated, vacuum packed, sealed, and they are only for the time that there is such a disaster that the actual infrastructure cannot provide food anymore. We are all volunteers, we gather, we have fun, we speak, we talk, we think, we make the balls, there is love into the balls, and that's the main nutrients of that ball, and we pack and store the balls, and that's what we do.
Wow.
And that is being of service to others in needs. It's not for us, it's for whoever needs it in time. That's another part of what I offer. So I'm going to unfold the painting, and if you like to go into your heart and take a deep breath in, and feel your own heart, your own love, and we're going to send the prayers. You cannot argue with spirit. When you have to do something, when you feel the call, that's what you do, because spirit trusts you for that. Great.
Wow.
In the center there are gold leaves, and the gold leaves receive your prayers, your vibration, your energy, and it's a very high frequency. So it's like receiving your love and radiating out your love. It's receiving your prayer and radiating out your prayer. So this is why it's a traveling altar. So please take a moment, and if you like to bless the painting on behalf of the children, I express my gratitude to you.
Spirit blesses the love of the children. The children are our future. The children are us. The children are love. The children are us. The children are our future. The children are us.
Wow.